Hi, Life Groups. I hope that you're having a great time meeting together. I can't believe how many weeks it's been already that we've been doing these Life Groups and these Life Group questions, and I pray that you are experiencing growth in your faith, in your relationship with the people in your life group, and it's becoming something that you look forward to each and every single week. We've been going through this series, 8 Traits, and this last week I talked about the trait of wisdom. And we talked about the difference between worldly wisdom and true wisdom that comes from God. We talked about Paul and his letter to the Corinthians and the church in Corinth who were focused on worldly wisdom more than God's wisdom and the danger that comes from doing that. We talked about how this wasn't just a problem for the church in Corinth. In fact, it was there in the very first story, Adam and Eve, and we see it all the way through Revelation with the fall of Babylon. And we see it in our world today, people trusting the world's wisdom over God's wisdom. And we talked about in the message how we could follow God's wisdom by being in His Word, by praying and focusing on what He has for us. We talked about those verses from Proverbs where we should follow God and let Him lead us and let Him make our path straight and not lean on our own understanding, on our own wisdom and knowledge. And we challenge ourselves to become wise fools, to be so passionate about who God is and what He's done for us in the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus, that the world would see us as foolish because of the passion that we have. As you meet together in your groups, I'm going to ask you to read a couple passages. One from Proverbs and then one from Matthew, where Jesus ends His Sermon on the Mount talking about that foundation of wisdom that is found when we have a foundation on Him. And I hope that in these groups you'll be able to discuss the differences that you see in the wisdom that the world provides and the wisdom that God provides, that true wisdom, and then commit with each other to focus and challenge and hold each other accountable to using God's wisdom over the world's wisdom. Because, church, I can guarantee you that God's wisdom and God's plan is so much better than what we see the world having to offer us. Enjoy your time together.